Hello and welcome to the Groomsmen. My name is Adam, and you're stuck with me again this time. Before we begin, I just got a fresh haircut yesterday. I feel like this is the optimal length in all areas for me. I just wish I had the time and the money, according to my wife, we don't, to get this every 2 weeks, but here we are. Putting on my pre-shave. Sorry, that was a sharp note. Apologize to those of you with headphones in. I haven't shaved in, I don't even know how many days. I haven't been keeping track. But we're going out of town tomorrow, and I'm probably not going to have time to get a shave in before we leave. And I already told my wife I wouldn't bring any shave stuff on the trip. So there you go. Can use R41 today with the Razor Rock UFO handle, which I like. Nice, the knurled one. It's good. Keep looking at different handles for my R41 head, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Before I move on here, Daylogic for men. When my wife was convalescing from her surgery and my kid was puking intermittently, I kept going to different pharmacies, and when I was at the pharmacy I would look at their shave supplies, and when I was at the Rite Aid by my house I saw, so it opens easily from the front but from the back too. Here, I don't want to mess this packaging up. These blades, these double edge blades, they also had single edge version. If I have the picture still, I'll tell you. I took a picture for the guys, show you how much they were. I think it was like $10 or something, but maybe not. But there's 10 blades in here, I believe. They're made in, or 15. They're made compatible with all double edge razors, double edge stainless steel blades. They're made in Germany, which is interesting. So if you think of German-made blades, the Schick DE blades that we like, the Wilkinson sword blades. There's probably more I'm not thinking of right now. Those are the two big ones that come to mind for me. And so I thought I'd give these a shot. And they have this really heavy duty case with the blade bank in the back. You know, I've had a few of the fancier Persona Blues where they have the nice big case, but they're fully plastic. This is like metal. It's almost kind of sharp here. I almost think it's probably made of the same material, but it kind of looks a little double edgy right there. So this double lock safety dispenser eliminates blade shifting and protects your fine blade edge. Push middle button down, dispense in direction of arrow. That's on the back. So obviously you push this down right here, and then you pull the blade out and hope that these are lined up. I guess it doesn't matter, they come out either side. So it's got these little things that we're supposed to keep them from coming out. I'll test that in a minute. Here's the blade. It's got the arrows, doesn't say anything about where it's made or the branding. Let me get that loaded up here. We'll give them a try. Using the R41 because it's been a few days. We're good. This looks good. I look good. I look really young when I shave clean. But then when my beard grows out, it's just such a pain. And I don't want to be one of those guys that has like the constant stubble look going, because that's also a pain to achieve. Check the show there. Getting new glasses hopefully this week. Mine are 4 years old. I'm not wearing them anyways, but, and I apologize if you can hear the washing machine in the background. Is gonna be done soon. But yeah, all right. Put that in here, stretch this out. I'm gonna be using my Chisel and Hound V19 Fanchurian brush. And then special treat, kind of manufactured at Kill. This is my Barrister and Man Sandalwood. Now I know some of y'all are gonna say I can probably still get a shave out of that. Your mileage may vary. I definitely overloaded the tub. When I was looking at it, I was like, I've got enough for maybe a shave and a half, maybe 2 shaves. I'll insert some pictures of when I first scraped it, and then after I scraped it good and probably got another half shape out of there, but I'll get that lathered up off camera here. We're already 5 minutes in, I'm sorry. And I'll be back when I'm ready and we'll test out these Daylogic for Men blades. Kind of mid-lather. This was not the greatest of ideas because some serious thickness happening here. I figured whatever wasn't left would survive until next time, but this soap is desperately wanting to incorporate. So I've had that sandalwood since it dropped the last time. Love it. I personally believe it should be mainline. I don't know why it's not. It must be expensive or hard to procure for whatever reason, but I found someone had a once used, like one scoop set of it that I got from my dad for his birthday or Father's Day. I can't remember which one. I think it was his birthday recently. He loves it too, but it must just be a pain. But omnibus, so it's pretty soft. So this is essentially like tub lathering omnibus, I'm assuming, which I've never done because of how soft it is when you first get it. Now this one I've done the thing where, you know, kind of crystallize a little bit, everything after that when it's been exposed for a while and everything. I never lathered inside the tub, but it's a thick boy here. But I'm just like pouring water in here because omnibus can take a lot of water to begin with. You need it to get it where you want it to be ultimately. And the problem is that when it gets all, am I getting out of breath? Am I that out of shape? I might be. Getting a workout in. It's like Sack Man on a Friday night over here. What was this thing? It gets a little crumbly, so then you get a lot of like larger pieces that aren't breaking down. But the problem is with omnibus when it's like that, when you have to, when you're manipulating it a lot, like taking it off and kind of moving it around about, it will soften right back up. So I definitely had too much in here. So I'm not gonna make you guys suffer anymore. I'll be back in a minute when hopefully this is good. Kind of mid-lather. This was not the greatest of ideas because some serious thickness happening here. I figured whatever wasn't left would survive until next time, but this soap is desperately wanting to incorporate. So I've had that sandalwood since it dropped the last time. Love it. I personally believe it should be mainline. I don't know why it's not. It must be expensive or hard to procure for whatever reason, but I found someone had a once used, like one scoop set of it that I got from my dad for his birthday or Father's Day. I can't remember which one. I think it was his birthday recently. He loves it too, but it must just be a pain. But omnibus, so it's pretty soft. So this is essentially like tub lathering omnibus, I'm assuming, which I've never done because of how soft it is when you first get it. Now this one I've done the thing where, you know, kind of crystallize a little bit, everything after that when it's been exposed for a while and everything. I never lathered inside the tub, but it's a thick boy here. But I'm just like pouring water in here because omnibus can take a lot of water to begin with. You need it to get it where you want it to be ultimately. And the problem is that when it gets all, am I getting out of breath? Am I that out of shape? I might be. Getting a workout in. It's like Sack Man on a Friday night over here. What was this thing? It gets a little crumbly, so then you get a lot of like larger pieces that aren't breaking down. But the problem is with omnibus when it's like that, when you have to, when you're manipulating it a lot, like taking it off and kind of moving it around about, it will soften right back up. So I definitely had too much in here. So I'm not gonna make you guys suffer anymore. I'll be back in a minute when hopefully this is good. All right, so I didn't anticipate having that much work to do here for you guys to see the shave. So if you're still with me, I appreciate it. At least the washer stopped now. That's where we're at. So let's try to get some of this on our face. It's still pretty thick. Like I said, I now kind of feel like I know what it's like to tub lather omnibus. Maybe just, oh no, we're good. It's like some thick Greek yogurt in here. Let's put that face here. Oh yeah. Still pretty thick. I'm gonna add some water directly to the brush. Well, we're gonna have some cushion today, y'all. You can definitely see, I think, little chunks of soap in there that didn't quite make it. There was some discrepancy in the group chat for the groomsmen about whether that was a kill. Jonathan said, yeah, but if you post up in the groups, you're going to have at least 5 or 10 people telling you can get, or no, you're going to have a few people telling you can get 5 or 10 more shaves out of that. Maybe. Faya said no, but I'm calling it a kill. We're just going to add a little bit more right on here. All right, I don't know how many minutes in it is, but God bless you. You made it this far. All right, let's see, Daylogic. Almost used the Ambassador, but I used that recently. And I kind of felt like if it was a little on the aggressive side, I probably would have been tempted to turn down the setting. The last time I shaved with the Ambassador, I used it on 5.5 because I was using it with a different blade, I think. I normally just run it on 6. I find with the R41, regardless of the blade, when you get to a certain length with my beard, it's going to pull a little bit. That wasn't bad, though. That wasn't great right there. Just kind of check in here. I mean, it's taking it off. Obviously, we weren't going to do it in one pass. But where would the fun be in that? Basically got a hand cramp from lathering all that omnibus, and now here we are. Oh yeah. But so far, I like the blade. Which is interesting because I don't typically like German-made blades in this German-made razor. I don't like Schick's in it. I don't really like Wilkinson Sword all that much. They're convenient because the German ones always come with a case, so they're good for travel, but... And then you can always just take out the blades you don't like and put in some blades you do like, and just then you have that blade bank coming with you. Well, we're going down to the lake house. Which is about 3 hours away. Gonna do some fishing. See if we can get the kids in the lake. Recently upgraded all my fishing gear. I have been using a rod and reel that was a gift from like my uncle, I think, from when it was probably at least 20 years old, the rod and reel together. And it was one of those spinners where, let me get this real quick. That's the thickest area of growth I have, I find. Yeah, it's gonna take some work. Always ones that have it's like a step up from a spin caster to a spinning reel where it has a trigger to drop the bail, which when you're a kid you love, but when you're an adult you're kind of like, okay. So I got just a Cast King from Amazon, and then I went to Sportsman's Warehouse and got all excited, made the mistake of bringing one of my kids, and I was distracted, ended up buying a Shimano pole and getting home and realizing I bought a baitcaster pole. So took that back. Got the one I would have gotten otherwise, just another Shimano. It's a spinning rod though now. Got that all set up. Still gonna use my old pole, hold on to that for my kid. Pole, the old rod and reel combos was a quantum reel, and then it's a Shakespeare rod. And so Shakespeare is known for two things, and that is making the, nowadays anyways, this is a long time ago again, crappy entry level like spin caster combos that you see everywhere, and then on the other end making their ugly sticks, which are damn near unbreakable, but you can't feel anything. So I've been doing a lot of finesse fishing, or trying to anyways, drop shots, occasional weightless Texas rig, things like that, with a pole that has medium action. So by the time I feel it, the fish are usually gone. I was having success hooking some smallmouth bass, but I haven't had a chance to use this rod in reel combo. I put the new reel on the old pole, and I was like, that's not working. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I'm hoping to just get out somewhere today before I pick up my other kid from daycare to just throw the line out and make sure everything's good with that before I take it down to the lake. I am bringing the other pole, like I said, just in case. But that's going to be like the pan fishing pole, and pole I'm going to let my 7-year-old use if he goes out on the boat with us, instead of using his little spin caster from Zebco. But he's actually caught some fish on there. We were down at the river in town, and he kept having issues, so I kept fixing it, and then I was finally tying something on the line, and he goes, oh, I think I got something. I'm like, all right, cool, just reel it in, hopefully not snagged or anything. And he reeled in a little smallie all by himself, and he'd cast it and everything. He was really proud of himself. I'll include a picture, where you don't see his face, sorry, but you can see the fish. Right about here. But enough about fishing, and back to shaving. All right, yeah, so we're doing the against the grain with these Daylogic blades. If you're skipped around, I'm sorry, but all the extra shaving stuff with getting the lather dialed in. So I'd say these are leaning a little more towards the aggressive side, sharper side. That's not bad, really, right in there. Yeah, there we go. I added a little bit more water to it. Don't be afraid to stop if it ain't right. It's definitely looking slick here. There you go. Taking it out of the bowl, and I kind of got it dialed in now officially. I feel like it was a bit thick, as to be expected on what I did on that first pass, but that's okay because I wanted the extra cushion really with all that hair, and then get it slicker for these additional passes. You know? Make sure this is nice and dry. Okay, so we were here. Yeah, I'm really gonna do a pickup there. Don't know if I'm gonna do that on camera or not for you. And I do have an idea for a razor battle, but that's gonna happen when I get back. I wanted a nice even shave going into the weekend. Don't know that razor battle is one that hasn't been done already, but I'm not going to do any research going into it. Got my own little take on it either way. Yeah, these blades are nice. Okay. So again, if you're speaking of traveling, if you're out and about and you need to find some razor someplace, go over to Rite Aid, see if you can find some of these Daylogics. This is hardcore. If you're still newer to wet shaving, I'm impressed with these. New enough to not know that the changing what blade you use on a razor can change the razor. You know, when I sold that AKA brush and sent it to that guy, I included 2 blades that he'd already used and liked. Be like, hey, these ones are on me. And then a couple that he hadn't tried yet that I like. Which were one of them for sure was a silver blue. I think that's such a great blade for maybe not your first blades you get. Astro Blues are nice. They lean to the milder side. I don't know, we might not even need to do that. Maybe one. We have all this soap, right? I don't want to waste it. But the silver blues are like a nice middle, or like I've said before, they kind of lean with what the razor wants to do. So if it's a more aggressive razor, they'll lean that way. But if it's a mild razor, they'll lean that way too. I think they're great for trying new razors. They kind of give you a pretty good idea of what kind of razor it is if you don't know. Now I still use them pretty regularly. I mean, I haven't been trying a lot of new razors lately. Thank God. They're usually borrowed, and I'm not good at returning stuff timely, and it stresses me out. That's a smooth blade. Man, yeah, that's a good shave, y'all. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but I rarely get that first shave back. From letting some growth happen where it's perfect. All right, I'm gonna rinse this off. That's it. There's no post shave. I don't have the matching splash. You've seen it. I think these are good blades. If you're out and about, pick them up. Maybe they'd be good for traveling. I think with this setup, they have their own case. It's sturdy. If you're already traveled and couldn't bring blades, I mean, how you get them home if you can't put them back on the plane, right? You put them in your not your carry-on. You put them in your luggage, obviously, but they're worth getting. So if you forgot DEs or whatever, or you got duds when you're out, check them out. See if you can find them someplace. They're not bad. I might have to those single edge. It'll be in the picture. I think I don't know if they were just regular broken DEs. I don't think they were Artist Club. And I doubt they might have been gem. I don't remember. We'll have to look in the picture and see. Who knows? If I still have it, I'll try to get that in there. But yeah. So again, we're gonna call that a shave. Thanks for hanging with me today with all the extra stuff. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.